Hello friends, welcome back to the another video lecture of ADA subject. In today's video lecture we are going to discuss about another greedy algorithm, which is Dijkstra's algorithm. Someone called it like Dijkstra's algorithm, but here J is silent, so we will call it Dijkstra's algorithm. Okay, so Dijkstra's algorithm is for solving single source shorted path problem. So basically this problem is of finding shorted path from a source vertex V to all other vertices in the graph. For example, if we want to find shorted path from this node to every node, then that will be the problem single source shorted path problem. Here we are not finding the shorted path between the all nodes, but we are finding the shorted path from a single source. Okay, so this is the problem. Dijkstra's algorithm applications are maps and also routing systems. So in map, if we want to go from a single node to another node, or we can say a single location to another location, then we will find a shorted path. So that will be the application of Dijkstra's algorithm. Here Dijkstra's algorithm is a solution to the single source shorted path problem in graph theory. It works on both directed and undirected graphs. However, all edges must have non-negative weight. So that is the constraint. Dijkstra's algorithm do not work on negative weight vertices. Okay, so here for Dijkstra's algorithm, input will be the weighted graph and output will be the length of the shorted path for source to all destination vertices. Now let's see the approach of Dijkstra's algorithm. The algorithm computes for each vertex u the distance to u from the start vertex v. Here we will denote our distance with du. Here our starting vertex is v and our another vertex is u. That is the weight of the shorted path between v and u. So the algorithm keeps track of the set of vertices for which the distance has been computed, called the cloud C. Here we will see set and save all the minimum distance into our cloud C. Every vertex has a label D associated with A. For any vertex u, du stores an approximate of the distance between v and u. Here u is the destination node and du is the shorted distance, or we can say distance from v to u, and it is denoted with du. The algorithm will update a du value when it found a shorted path from v to u. If we found shorted path from previous path, then it will update and it will store into du. When a vertex u is added to the cloud, it is labeled du is equal to the actual distance between the starting vertex u and vertex u. Okay, so it will be the distance between v and u. This is the pseudocode for Dijkstra's algorithm. Dijkstra's algorithm will start with the two vertices. First one is starting vertex and second one with the destination vertex. First of all, it will be the start with infinity, and its previous distance will be the known. Why? Because it will be the updated with the every step. Okay, this we will understand by an example. So in this example, here we have a directed graph with the total number of 7 nodes. Here we have A, B, C, D, E, F and G nodes available here. Here our source node is A node. So basically we will allocate infinity on the all nodes. Why? Because we do not have considered any distance in our consideration. So here from distance from source code to source code we have considered it right now, so it is 0, and another distance are infinity here. So we will find distance from A to B, A to D, A to C, A to F, A to G, A to E with the shorted path. Okay, so that is the our example that we will have to solve. So let's start. So if we find a direct path from node A to all other nodes, then we will find only two nodes, B and D. We have only two nodes. Here we can see only two nodes. We have direct path from A. So here A to B and A to D. Here A to C is available, but here only C to A direction is given, A to C direction is not given. So we have only two paths, A to B and A to D. So we will consider it. So from A to B, shorted path will be 2 here. We will allocate shorted path in this manner on the top of the or on the side of the node. So here A to B shorted distance is 2, and from A to D shorted distance is 1. So here distance B is 2 and distance D is 1. Now let's consider the node which have shortest distance. So from the B and D node, we will consider the node who have shorted path. So shorted path is having D. So let's consider another nodes who have in contact with D. So if we consider node C, then it will have the shortest distance. Here 1 plus 2 is equal to 3. Shortest distance for E is 1 plus 2 is equal to 3. Shortest distance for F, so here 1 plus 8 is equal to 9. Shortest distance for G, so 1 plus 4 is equal to 5. Keep in mind, we are considering only and only D here. We are not considering any node between here. Okay, so here shortest path including A and D from A and D to C is 1 plus 2, 3. Distance E is 3, distance F is 9, distance G is 5. Okay, now let's check. If we consider node B, then our minimum distance is changing or not. So B node is in contact with D and E. If we add distance 2 plus 10, then that will be 12, and minimum distance from A to E is already 3, so we cannot replace it. So we will keep 3 here, we will not replace with the 12. If we consider distance from A to D, then it is already 1. If we consider B is in intermediate node, then it will be 2 plus 3, 5. So 5 is greater than 1, so we will keep our previous weight here. So it will be 1 and 3 as the previous distance. We will not update any distance with consideration of B. Okay, now let's consider E. So with the E, we can find out only one node here, which is G. If we find A to G, previous distance is 5, but if we consider E and found out a new distance or new weight, then it will be 3 plus 6, 9. So in that case we cannot update. Why? Because 5 is minimum. Okay, so we cannot consider E for finding the distance A to G. Now let's consider C. So here from A to C, minimum distance is 3. C is in contact with F, so we can find out distance from A to F. So distance from C to F is 5, so total distance will be 3 plus 5 is equal to 8. So A to F distance, a new distance we have, which is 8 here. Now if we consider here our node G as an intermediate node, then we can find that our distance from A to G is 5 and distance from G to F is 1. so it will be 5 plus 1 6, and our previous distance is 3 plus 5 8. So from both of them our minimum distance is 5 plus 1 6 here. So we will consider this path A to D to G to F. We will not consider A to D, D to C and C to F. Why? Because we have minimum distance from A, D, G and F. So that will be the minimum distance 6 here. Okay, so here in this figure we have all the nodes available from the source node to the shortest distance. Here if we want to go from A to B, then shortest distance will be 2. If we want to go from A to E, then shortest distance will be 3. If we want to go from A to F, then shortest distance will be 6. If we want to go from A to G, then shortest distance will be 5. If we want to go from A to C, then shortest distance will be 3. Okay, so in the example, in the exam hall, we will have to write this thing also into a tabular manner with the all solving nodes. Okay, so this is the shortest distance from A to all the other nodes. Let's understand by another example. First, consider only source node, then distance from source node to source node will be 0, and from the with the other node it will be infinity. If we consider a distance which are given into our directed path, then from A to B our direct distance is 10, from A to C our direct distance is 3, from A to D our direct distance is not there, so we will denote it by infinity. From direct distance A to E is not available, so we will denote it by infinitive. Again, from this 10 and 3, if we consider our minimum distance which is 3, then if we consider minimum distance C, then it will have in contact with B also, contact with D also, and contact with E also. So from the C, if we go from B, then it will be 10. Why? Because here 3 plus 4, so it is 7, and previous distance is 10, so we will replace it with 7, because A to B direct distance is 10, but if we will go with the A, C and B, then it will be 3 plus 4 7. Here no direct distance from A to D available, but if we go from C, then 3 plus 8 11 will be there. Distance A to E, no distance A to E available here, but if we consider C, then it will be 3 plus 2 5 available here. So our updated thing is 7 11 and 5. So we will consider A and C into our set. Now from this thing we will consider 5 again. So if we consider 5, then from the E node available nodes contact with E is D. So if we find our updated weight or updated distance from A to D, then previously it is A to D is 11, but if we consider A to C 3 plus C to E 2 means 5 and plus 9 here, so it will be 14, but our previous distance is 11, so it is already a minimum distance, then we will do not change it. Okay, so this is the by using 5. So again we will add E into our set. Now two nodes B and D, and distance from A to B is 7 available and A to D is 11 available. So minimum distance is 7, so let's consider 7 here. So with the consideration of 7 here, we can go from B to D. So here distance from A to B is 7, 3 plus 4 7, and B to D is 2, so we can update this distance 11 with the 9, so it will be the 9 distance available here. Again we will add this B into our set, and with the consideration of 9, we can go from D to E, but E distance is already available here, so we will not go there, and another nodes are not available into our graph. So this will be the shortest distance from A node to another nodes. So from A node to C node, minimum distance is 3. From A node to E node, minimum distance is 5. From A node to B node, minimum distance is 7. And from A node to D node, minimum distance will be 9. So this is the example of Dijkstra's algorithm. If you like this video, then like, comment and subscribe. Also share it with your friends. Thank you, friends.